What's going on, my fellow cronies? This is your local pimp without a limp, Scuba Chew, back with another LolCow TCG deck build. Man, it's been a while. I know, it's been a fat minute, but guess what? TTS got updated, so you know what that means? All of my decks got updated as well. And today I'm going to be showing you my LCU Invasion deck. A lot of good and powerful cards have come out since I last saw everybody, so hopefully I can give some explanations on some of these cards to help y'all understand them just a little bit better. And just like every other deck build, you know we got to start it off with that restricted list. So kicking off that restricted list, we're going to take one Pickle Quest, one Server Outage, one Pot of Mead, one Raxmus Arrives, and one Vitamin CWC. Moving on from our restricted list, we're moving on to our Magic cards. This is going to be a little surprising, but we're actually going to take one Scribe Panel and two Cow Tips. Moving on to our trickeries, we're going to be taking 3 Duwas, 2 Boss Fights, 2 Rax Rage, and 1 Shattered Dreams. And next up, we have a brand new type of card to our game, that being events. What are events, you ask? Events are similar to dens. The only difference is there can only ever be one event on either player's field at any given time. And the only way to get rid of an event is to replace it with another one. I'll of course explain why we're going to be taking this card later, but just so that we all know, we're going to be taking one. Now that we're done with our restricted magic, trickeries, and event cards, let's move on to our character cards. And I think we should start with the old and work our way up to the brand new cards. So with that being said, we're going to start it off with 2 Chris Chansteins, 2 Saviorian Creators, 2 Chibi Milkers, 2 Seaside Sonichus, and 1 Vamp Chan. Now let's go ahead and move into our brand new character cards, that of course being all of our LolCow universe related cards, and we're going to be starting it off with our zombies right there on the bottom. Let's kick it off with 2 Bad Girls, 2 Zombie Scooter, 1 Zombie Yo Mama, 1 Reaper Xylee, 2 Zombie Twiggy, 2 Zombie Glammy, and 2 Zombie Nightmares. And last for our character cards, we're going to be taking a few from the brand new LolCow Universe Season 1 and the Season 2 bundles, with those of course being on the right side of the screen right in front of us. So let's go ahead and kick it off with 2 Nightmare Lives, 1 Billy the Fridge, 2 Grim Laden, 3 LK Locos, and 2 Fentmare the Bent. Now that we have all of our cards out on the playmat, let's start at the top and work our way down. So starting off with a classic, we got the Pickle Quest. It's a 2 tape cost magic. It is on the restricted list, and you can search your deck for any card and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. This card is very good at getting you out of tight spots or securing your win. Next up, we got the Server Outage. It's a 4 tape cost magic. You can scrap all characters on all players' fields. Next, we got the Pot of Mead. It's a 1 tape cost magic, and with this, you can draw 2 cards, then ban it from your hand. Next is the Raxmus Arrives. This is a 6 tape cost trickery, meaning you can play it on either player's turn, and you can draw 3 cards, gain 50 life points, deal 50 damage to any player, and scrap a target character. And lastly for our restricted list, we got the Vitamin CWC. So whenever we see X on a card, that means however many tapes that you would like to pay for it. And so with the Vitamin CWC, we have 2 options to choose from. We can either draw X amount of cards, then lose 25 life points for each card drawn, or we can deal damage to the target character or den equal to 20 times X. Moving into our magics, we have the Scribe Panel. Now I know that this is a 4 tape cost magic, but what we're really focused on here is that yellow text on the bottom there. You may scrap this from your hand to generate 1 tape point. So this is pretty much just like another cipher tape that's in your hand. And especially early game, this is extremely useful. Lastly for our magic cards, we got the Cow Tip. It's a 1 tape cost magic. And you're probably wondering, Scoob, Cow Tip of all cards, why did you choose that one? Oh, damn. And lastly for our magic cards, we got the Cow Tip. It's a 1 tape cost. And you're probably all asking yourselves, Scoob, why did you choose to bring Cow Tip into this deck? Well, let me tell you fellers why I put it in here. With the Cow Tip, you can target a character and it loses all abilities and effects until the start of your next turn. And also if the target is a LolCow character, spin it. Now we're not really going to be focusing on using this against LolCow characters. We're going to be using this on characters that have the keyword ability Stank Touch or Immortal. which Stank Touch is actually a brand new ability into the game, which I will explain later. But just keep in mind that that cow tip will negate all keyword abilities and effects. Moving into our trickery cards, we got the staple, the Dua. 2 tape costs, you say Dua and negate any card your opponent plays from their hand, then send it to their scrap pile. Easily one of the top 3 cards in the game. Next up, we got the Shattered Dreams. As a 2 tape cost trickery, you can choose one of the following. Draw 1 card, spin a target character, or scrap a target item. The reason why we're throwing one of these in there is because Shattered Dreams can sometimes get you out of a difficult bind. Let's say you have a really bad hand. You can use this to draw a card and hopefully you get something good. Or you could spin a target character and now potentially your opponent is completely vulnerable to taking life point hits. And I pray this never happens to y'all. But if your opponent pulls out those medallions, this Shattered Dreams can insta-scrap them. Next up, we got the Raxian Rage. It's a 1 tape cost trickery. This can't be played in a deck that has scribes, which isn't a problem for us since this is a universal and cow deck. So with this, we can pay 1 tape to deal 50 damage to any target, including an opponent, or you may pay an additional 5 tapes to do 100 damage instead, so bringing the total to 6 tapes for 100 damage. And lastly, for our trickeries, we got the Boss Fight. This is the upgrade to Fight Me IRL that is found in the 2024 2-player. With this, you yell, "It is a lie," then choose 2 characters on the field. Both characters deal damage to each other equal to their attack power. And lastly, we have our event card. This is the 4 tape cost LolCow Universe Award Ceremony. Whenever a player plays a host type character, that player may draw 1 card or rewind 1 tape. And as you'll soon come to see, the majority of our character cards are actually host type. Speaking of our characters, let's start with the old and end with the new. So of course, you know we gotta bring the Chris Chanstein. This is our 2 tape cost forever wall. As long as you have the 2 tapes and you moan like the undead, you can recall Chris Chanstein from the scrap pile to the field as though it was in your hand. And for a 2 tape 50-50, that's really, really good. Next up, we got what I consider one of the most powerful cards in the game. We have the Savior and Creator. Now I know this is a 4 tape cost character, but guess what? If you actually pay that 4 tape and use this card as a character instead of using its ability, brother, I'm sorry, you don't know what you're doing. Instead of paying that 4 tape cost, you may ban Savior and Creator from your hand and pay X. And if you remember from our Vitamin CWC, X means however many tapes that you would like to pay for it. So you can pay X and create that many Sonichu tokens with 20 attack, 20 health, and dash. And what's even better is that this card, since you're not paying that 4 and calling it out as a character, and you're using its ability, it cannot be hit with a Dua from your opponent. Next up, we got another 2 tape cost powerhouse. This is the Chibi LolCow Milkers. Now you may be wondering, a 2 tape cost 2020, that's not that good. Well, guess what? Whenever it enters the field, you can choose one of the following. You can either choose Psycho, which gives the card dash and plus 50 attack indefinitely, with the only requirement being that you cannot speak during that current turn, or Savage to deal 20 damage to any target. Especially early game, a 2 tape cost 70 hitter, and if your opponent doesn't have anything out yet on the field, getting hit consecutively with 70 damage really, really hurts. So this is a very, very dangerous card early game. Next up, we got another 2 tape cost card. It's our Seaside Sonichu. He's got dash on him, 60 attack and 60 health. And sadly, Seaside Sonichu cannot be involved in beatdowns with other CWC type characters. But other than that, a 2 tape cost 60-60 with dash is extremely powerful. And for the last of our old age cards, we have Vampchan, a 5 tape cost. He's got leap on him, and you may hiss at your opponent when you call out Vampchan. If you do, Vampchan cannot be canceled. So what does that mean? He can't be canceled? If you do that hiss when you're calling him out, your opponent cannot play a Dua and negate him. Now, he is a little expensive at 5 tapes, but I think with the character having leap plus hitting for 120 damage, I think it is still justified at 5 tape cost. But nonetheless, an extremely powerful card. Moving into our LCU zombies, we're starting off with Zombie Nightmare. He's a 1 tape cost, he's a host, and he's got Stank Touch on him. And what is Stank Touch? Stank Touch is essentially an insta-scrap on anything. Oh, you're chilling over there with Immortal Chibi LolCow Live? Oh, you just scrapped a card from your hand to give Dannibal Lecter Immortal? Well, guess what? If any character has Stank Touch on it and it hits an Immortal too, it is an insta-scrap, so nothing is safe from the Stank Touch. Not even Stank Touch itself. If 2 Stank Touch characters go against each other, they both insta-wipe. But anyways, let's get back to Zombie Nightmare. Zombie Nightmare can't intercept beatdowns, and you may play Zombie Nightmare from your scrap pile if you control a zombie type character. So if Zombie Nightmare is in the scrap pile and you have another zombie type character on the field, you can pay that one tape and pull him straight back from the scrap pile right back to the field. Next up, we got Zombie Glammy Lammy. She's a 3 tape cost host. She's got Stank Touch on her as well. Whenever a character enters your side of the field, if it entered from your scrap pile or you played it from your scrap pile, return Zombie Glammy Lammy from your scrap pile to the field at the beginning of outro. So do you remember our Chris Chanstein here, where we can moan like the undead to call it back from our scrap pile by paying the 2 tapes? Or the card that we just went over, Zombie Nightmare, where he can come back from the scrap pile if you control a zombie. Zombie Glammy Lammy gets to return with them for free at the beginning of your outro, and by the time it gets back around to your turn, she will be off lag. Next up, we got the Zombie Spider Twiggy as a 4 tape cost host. This is one of our zombies that actually does not have Stank Touch on him. He's got Leap. And with Spider Twiggy, you may play this from your hand by returning a spun character that you control to your hand and paying 2 tapes. So that 4 tape cost will be 2 if we return a spun character to our hand. And what benefits does this guy bring with him for 4 tapes or even potentially 2 tapes? When Zombie Spider Twiggy enters the field, you can load a tape, draw 1 card, and make a 40/40 zombie token, which is absolutely insane. Getting a free wall, a free tape, and a free card, as well as a Leap character for 2 tapes, who is a host, which I'll explain why that's important later. This is an insane card for 2 tapes. And I definitely think this has potential to be one of the staples of every deck moving forward. Next up, we got the Zombie Yo Mama. 5 tape cost host, got Stank Touch on him. When Zombie Yo Mama enters the field, you may scrap any character that you control. If you scrapped a character this way, search your deck for any card and place it into your hand, then shuffle. So yes, you read that right. This guy has his own pickle quest built into him. And if you're smart about it, when it says that you can scrap any character you control, you really want to hope that you already have one of those characters that you can easily call back from the scrap pile, such as Chris Chanstein. So yeah, you may have to scrap the character, but you'll instantly get it right back. And not only that, now you just got a free pickle quest on top of that. So this Zombie Yo Mama is really useful for those times whenever you just can't pull your pickle quest. Next up, we got Zombie Scooter, 1 tape cost host, got Stank Touch on him. With Scooter, we can pay 2 tapes, spin him, scrap a card from our hand, and create a 40/40 zombie token. And if we spin 3 zombies that we control, we can draw a card and lose 20 life points. Now, in the grand scheme of things, is this really that great of a card? No. But again, what's really important is that this guy has host on him. So yeah, this card isn't that great, but we did throw him in because he is going to give us an eventual stat boost. Next up, we got the 2 tape cost Zombie Batgirl. She's a host as well and has Stank Touch. And whenever this or another character is scrapped from the field, target player loses 20 life points and you gain 20 life points, which I'm always a sucker to try and get my life points up. And so something that allows me to not only damage my opponent, but also give myself extra life is really a win-win for a 2 tape cost character. And lastly, for our zombie cards, we got the Zombie Reaper Xylee. She's a 9 tape cost host. This is our only other zombie card that does not have Stank Touch on it. It's actually got Leap. And when Zombie Reaper Xylee enters the field, you scrap all other characters on the field, then return all zombie type characters from your scrap pile to the field in the spun position. Yes, folks, y'all heard me right. This is a 9 tape cost server outage and Happy Thanksgiving built into one. And not only that, you're getting a 90/90 character with Leap. Now, for the stats, that's not that great for a 9 tape cost, but really you're just focusing on that ability so you can grab all those zombies that we just went over from your scrap pile straight back to the field, and hopefully you'll be able to gain some benefits from their abilities whenever they re-enter. Moving off from our zombie cards, we're moving on to the LolCow Universe Season 1 and Season 2 bundles. And we're kicking it off with our Nightmare Live 5 tape cost host. He's got Leap on him, and while Nightmare is on the field, you play the air drums while it's your opponent's turn. And for his ability, we can spin him and scrap any character on the field. So if your opponent's got a really powerful character out on the field, guess what? Nightmare can just spin and insta-scrap him. An extremely, extremely powerful card for 5 tapes. Next up, we got the 4 tape cost, Billy the Fridge. He's a host, and you must spit a bar whenever you play this from your hand. Billy the Fridge cannot be damaged by other host type characters in beatdowns, and when Billy the Fridge declares a beatdown, you rewind all of your tapes. For 4 tapes, the 70-90 stats is not that bad, but like I told you in the beginning, since my last deck build, we've had a lot of cards come to our game, and a lot of them have that host type trait on them. So our boy Billy here essentially has Immortal against all of them. And being able to rewind all of your tapes could lead to some ginormous plays. Let's say in the perfect scenario, you got 2 saviors in your hand and a Billy the Fridge on the field. You could use all of your tapes to call out one savior, declare a beatdown with Billy, rewind all of your tapes, and immediately use all your tapes again for your second savior, and you could have upwards of 20 Sonichu tokens out on the field during a single turn. And next up, we have the star of this show here, and the reason why that host trait is oh so important. We've got the 4 tape cost Grim Lawton. He is a universal host, and he's got leap on him. When Grim enters the field, tell a cringy joke. And he's also got the ability, Grim gets +20/+20 for each host that you control. He actually buffs himself. So whenever Grim first hits the field, he's actually going to be a 4 tape cost 100 attack and 90 health. And Grim will get that buff from almost all of the cards that we have gone over so far. So you can see as to why that host characteristic is so important. And moving on, we got LolCow. He's a 2 tape cost host. Now I know what you're thinking. Bro, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I can't play with this. Well, guess what? I got you, dog. So this is a 2 tape cost 40/40. That Impulso means dash. And for his ability, whenever LolCow enters the field, you may search your deck for another LolCow and add it to your hand. So not only is a 2 tape cost 40/40 with dash annoying to deal with enough on its own, you could potentially call one of these guys out and immediately have all 3 on the field in one turn, and they're not affected by lag since they have that dash. And with that host trait, he's only going to give more and more buffs to our Grim. And last for this deck build, we have Fitmare the Bent. He's a 1 tape cost 40/10 host, and you must act like you're drunk while Fitmare is on the field. Now I know that this guy is a 1 tape cost wall pretty much because he's only got 10 health. But again, we're really focusing on that host trait. So that way our Grim Lawton not only has a high attack power, but he also has leap, which for our opponent at times could be extremely difficult to deal with. And that is why I opted for so many cheap host type characters. And that is our LCU Invasion deck. I've tried to incorporate some established staples in with the brand new game style. I hope everybody gets to check this one out and try it out. I've been your dog Scuba Chew, and I'll catch you in the arena. See ya.